जन्म हृततानि च तानि तानि वनश्यन्ते परक्षणा प्ररे प्ररे। ओ मैया सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल, पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल, ले तेरे भीत चढ़ाया, ले तेरे भीत चढ़ाया। सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी, तेरा पार न पाया, तेरा पार न पाया। सुवा चोरा तेरे अंग विराजे, सुहा चोरा तेरे अंग विराजे। केसर तिलक गाया, केसर तिलक गाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, आठ चोरा तेरे द्वारे परे। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा। ब्रह्मा वीर परे तेरे द्वारे, ओ ब्रह्मा वीर परे तेरे द्वारे। शंकर ध्यान रघाया, शंकर ध्यान रघाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, आठ झुरा तेरे द्वारे परे। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा। कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मादि, कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मादि। कलियुग राज सवाया, कलियुग राज सवाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, हाथ जुड़ा तेरे द्वारे परे। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरे। धन्यो भगत में तेरे गुण गावे, धन्यो भगत में तेरे गुण गावे। मन वांछित फल पाया, मन वांछित फल पाया। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा, हाथ जुड़ा तेरे द्वारे परे। मंगर की सेवा सुनो मोरी। बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे। बोलो दुर्गा, ओ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो दुर्गा, ओ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे। बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे। दुर्गा भवानी, दुर्गा भवानी, दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे। सुहा चोर तेरे अंग विराजे, सुहा चोर तेरे अंग विराजे। केसरी तिलक लगाया, केसरी तिलक लगाया। बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे। कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मदि, कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मदि, कलियुग राज सभाया, कलियुग राज सभाया। बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी, काली भवानी, शक्ति भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो दुर्गा, ओ बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ। बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे, बोलो देवी भवानी। बोले जगदम्बे माता की। You may have your respectful seats this evening. Once more again, Shubh Swagatam, and welcome to all bhaktas and devotees joining with us this evening in devotion in Katha. The 88,000 rishis and munis gathering together on Maini Sharanya, they are asking of the great and learned sage Vege Maharaj to tell to them about the greatness of the goddess that is called Mahakali. Mahakali Mata, my dear friends and devotees, is one of the most misunderstood form of the Divine Mother. Tonight, we journey through the depths of the Devi Mahatam as we understand the beauty of Mahakali, as we understand the glories of that Divine Mother that is called Mahakali. Vege Maharaj, with clasped hands together, he offers salutations firstly to that Divine. I invite you all, let us all sit upright. Let us join our palms together. Let us close the physical eyes as we surrender to the feet of Devi. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om. Devi Maa, Durga Maa, Shakti Maa, हमें दया करो। श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः। ओम श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सर्वमंगलमंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणे नमोस्तुते। जयन्ती मंगलाकारे भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा रात्रे स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, victory to the divine. जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, 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 जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ। जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय काली भवानी माँ, जय जय काली भवानी माँ, जय जय दुर्गा भवानी माँ, जय जय काली भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे 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 भवानी माँ। बोले जगदम्बा माता की जय। Ved Vyasi Maharaj, he says that once there lived an asura, a demon by the name of Rakta Beej. Rakta Beej, my dear friends and devotees, he had a boon that by every drop of blood that spilled upon the earth, another roop or form of an asura will come. Rakta Beej had prayed to Brahmaji and he had asked for a boon to become immortal. But Brahmaji had told to Rakta Beej that that of which has taken birth, that is certain unto thee. The Katha is reminding us tonight that we all will leave this world one day. The most certain thing in life is what? Death. That of which has taken birth, that is certain unto thee. But Rakta Beej wanted to become immortal. So Rakta Beej immediately thought about another boon. And he had asked Brahmaji to bless him. That by every drop of blood that spills upon the earth, he would take a roop or a form. Brahmaji says, thus too, so it shall be. Rakta Beej now felt very powerful. He felt as though he could do anything, because if anyone tried to destroy him, as soon as his blood dripped on the earth, he takes another roop or form. Rakta Beej, he begins to create havoc. He begins to create problems for the Devatas. On Mrityu Loka, he created problems for the Rishis and for the Munis. But my dear friends and devotees, as Rakta Beej is creating havoc and problems where rituals are being performed, he is disturbing the puja and the rituals. Remember, one night Katha would have taught us that when someone is performing puja, we must never disturb puja. Because when we disturb worship or puja, it only brings your destruction. When the Devatas, the Rishis, the Munis are making the oblations and offerings into the holy and sacred fire, Rakta Beej will out the fire. He is creating problems. The Devatas are in distress. They have a huge problem because they cannot destroy Rakta Beej. Whenever we have a problem, I remind you again tonight, who do we take our problems to? Many times we take our problems to our friends. But the question is, who is your best friend? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Who is your best friend? We might say be Harry. We might say John. But who is your best friend? Your best friend should be Bhagwan. We chant the very mantra. Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva. Tumeva bandhu cha sakha tumeva. God, you are my father, my mother, my friend and companion, everything unto me. So who is your greatest friend? Or who your greatest friend should be? Your greatest friend should be Bhagwan, my dear friends. Whenever we have a problem, who should we take our problems to? Take your problem to God. Many times when problem arises in our lives, we tend to run from the mandir. Isn't that so? We tend to run from God. We tend to run from the altar. We begin to lose faith. We begin to lose trust in God. Because when problems come, the first person we blame is God. Isn't that so? It's reality. The first person we blame for our problems is God. How many times do we sit and do we analyze and see where did we go wrong? And what has actually created our problem? So when we have a problem, we must take it to God in prayer. The Devatas are in distress. Who do they turn to? They turn to that Divine Mother. They turn to that Devi of the universe. They begin to pray to her. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durge, 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 Durge Jai. Bolo. Durge, Durge, Durge Jai Jai Ma. Durge, Durge, Durge Jai Jai Ma. Durge, Durge, Durge Jai Jai Ma. Durge, Durge, Durge Jai Jai. The Devatas, they are calling on that Divine Mother. Oh Durge Bhavani Mata, oh Ma, may you come. You are the only one who could destroy this demon, this Asura, oh Ma. You are Shakti itself. You are energy itself, O Ma. And as they are calling out that Devi, the earth begins to shake. And as the earth begins to shake, my dear friends, the Devatas, they know that the Devi is coming. They have faith and confidence in that Divine Mother. As they are calling Durge, Durge Jai Jai Ma. How many of us, when we are chanting and when we are calling the Divine Mother, we have faith that the Devi is going to come? Tonight, I will tell you if we have faith in our chanting. Let us try it. Durge, Durge, Durge Jai Jai. Durge. I'm feeling like a 50%. You know, I just came from satsang and the temple there was packed with energy. And I told them if they come here tonight, they will see what is real energy. I hope nobody here comes. Let us try it again. Durge, Durge, Durge Jai Jai Ma. Durge. Durge, Durge, Durge Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Amba Ma, Amba Ma, Amba Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Amba Ma, Amba Ma, Devi Ma, Devi Ma, Amba Ma, Amba Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Amba Ma, Amba Ma, Amba Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Durga Ma, Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma, Durge, 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 Jai Jai, He Ma. Night and day I pray for thy blessings every day, He Ma. Night and day I pray for thy blessings every day. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durge, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Durga Jai Jai Ma. Durga Jai Jai Ma. Durga. Bole Jagaram Mein Mata ki. Durge. Durge Jai Jai. The Devi, my dear friends and devotees, she hears the cry of the Devatas. She hears the call of the Devatas. Likewise, when we call upon the Divine Mother, she comes before us. We may not see her with the physical eye sitting on the Singha Vahan, on the lion with 8 arms, dressed in the red sari, etc., bedecked with the wonderful weapons. But she comes to us. How does the Devi come? Sometimes she may come in the form of someone just like you and I. And that person may come and bring a message for you. The Devi speaks to us in various methods and different ways. Sometimes through the medium of dreams. The Devi speaks to us through the medium of the mind. The mind is very powerful, my dear friends. But yet the mind is very chanchal. Man ki aake tor. My dear devotees, the Devi comes to us. She gives us a solution to remove our problems. But again, we must call on her with love, with faith, and with devotion. The Devatas call upon the Divine Mother. And calling upon her with faith, the Devi appears there. And while she appears there, the Devatas, they surrender to her lotus-like feet. Hame daya karo ma, hame raksha karo. Barambar namaskar karta ho maiya. And they begin to narrate to the Divine Mother their situation. That they want to bring the destruction of Rakta Beej, to save this universe. The Devi, she sits there with a beautiful smile. She's in the form of Durga. Many of us fear Kali Mata. And we look at Durga Devi and we say she has a beautiful smile. I'm sure we'll get away with anything by Durga. It's just the opposite. Don't let that beautiful smile fool you. She is very strict. She stands for dharma, for righteousness. She stands for discipline. She detaches all ignorance. She sits there and she has a smile. But a smile that no one knows what she's thinking. Have you ever looked at the Murti? And when you look at that smile, you don't know what she's thinking. She smiles at the Devatas and she goes to the battlefield. And as the Devi goes to the battlefield, my dear friends and devotees, the Devatas are calling Rakta Beej. How do they call Rakta Beej? Remember, Rakta Beej is destroying all of the Havan and all of the Puja and the Homa and Yagna. They begin to perform Havan, Puja and worship. They begin to chant the holy mantras. And this is what is bringing Rakta Beej to them. Have you ever noticed When you begin your devotion, many obstacles come in your path. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed when you begin your devotion, someone might come and tell you something that gets you angry? This is the Rakta Beej that comes to discourage us. This is the Rakta Beej that comes to test us, to see what we are going to do. Are we going to give up? Never. Always remember, Bhagwan Sri Ram in Ramcharitamanas, he tells to Bharat, Lakshman and Shatrughan, if you want to find happiness in the present and in the hereafter, embrace the pathway of bhakti devotion. It is not just simple and without difficulty, but it's powerful. What he tells to them, embrace the path of service to God. Begin to serve God. Begin to do devotion. He says it's not just simple, because devotion is simple. But when you begin to do devotion, obstacles is going to come, hurdles is going to come, the Rakta Beej is going to come. But he tells to them, do not give up. Why? You will find happiness. True happiness. What is true happiness? We think happiness is having a big house, a fancy vehicle, plenty jewelry, etc. That is temporary happiness. That could be destroyed. Like that. What is true happiness? True happiness, my dear friends, is when you serve God. When you find happiness in devotion, in the mandir. When you find happiness in chanting the name of God. When you find happiness being in the company of God. That is true happiness. That is everlasting happiness, my dear friends. When you begin to trend the path of devotion, Rakta Beej is going to come. Hurdles, problems, trials, tribulations. Even people will come to try to discourage you. But do not give up. You are not too old to begin to embrace the path of bhakti. Many times people think and they say, Baba, I already lived my life. Leave that for the young people. I will go just now. My dear friends, you are never too old to embrace the path of devotion. Never too old. But we have a fear. We have a fear that if we embrace the path of devotion, what will people say? Isn't that so? We study what the neighbor going to say. We study what the family going to say. What everybody else is going to say. But the day when you meet with God, nobody's going to be there but you. Begin to trend the path of devotion. It's never too late to change. In life, my dear friends, you will never be able to please anyone. You all know that, right? You will never be able to please people. If every day of your life you're drinking rum, what people is tell you? They say, boy, stop drinking and come in the mandir. Isn't that so? And we just tell everybody that. And the day the person decides to stop and come in the mandir and put on a kurta and a dhoti and a big chandan, what's the first thing we just say? Look, the drunkard playing sadhu. That is reality, you know. I have heard it many years, many times. We are the fault sometimes that people run from the mandir, you know. Because instead we embrace them to come, we push them away by the foolish comments we make. We must embrace each other into the mandir. Help each other. Begin to trend the path of devotion. When obstacles come, help each other to overcome the obstacles. Help each other to destroy the Rakta Beej that will come to distract you from your devotion. The Rakta Beej is coming. He's coming to destroy the Yagna. He's coming to destroy the home, the Havan and the Puja. And while he's coming there, my dear friends, the Devi is waiting. The Devi is waiting very quietly and very patiently. And as Rakta Beej comes there and he begins to out the Havan, the Devi begins to laugh. And as the Devi begins to laugh, all the Devatas, they stand back. The Devi stands from the lion and her hair begins to grow. She takes a beautiful form of Jagadamba. And as she stands there, my dear friends, she calls out to Rakta Beej. As she tells to Rakta Beej that today is your day of destruction. Today is the day that you are going to be destroyed. And Rakta Beej begins to laugh. Why is he laughing? He tells to her, you are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. Why do you want to battle with me? Why do you want to destroy me? When you could come and become my Dulahin and become the queen of the Asuras. The Devi begins to laugh. Rakta Beej leaves and he goes. And as he goes there, he sends his messengers. Who is the messengers of Rakta Beej? The Katha tells to us. Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba, O Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai Jai Jai, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi. Rakta Beej, he calls two of his disciples as ministers. Their names are Chunda and Munda. But I don't have to tell you about those two beings. Once you hear the name, well, you know everything. Imagine one named Chunda and one named Munda. That should tell you everything. Chunda and Munda, man ki aake to, the mind is so chanchal. Rakta Beej tells them, go to the battlefield. And there's a beautiful princess. Tell her, surrender herself and bring her to me to become married. Chunda and Munda doesn't ask any question. Chunda and Munda are foolishly following a leader that is going to send them to destruction. My dear friends, in today's world, let us don't be Chunda and Munda. Let us don't just blindly follow anything that the leaders say. Let us remember to stand up sometime for the right thing. Be like Arjuna and stand up for the right thing. If you think gas is expensive, don't just sit down like Chunda and Munda. Stand up for it. Stand up for your dharma. Bhagavad Gita teaches us, dharma rakshite rakshite dharma. It teaches you to stand for what is right, my dear friends. If you think when you go in the grocery, you are going to be affected by the prices, then stand up, my dear friends. Stand for your dharma. Stand for the right things in life. Do not be like Chunda and Munda, foolishly following a leader who is going to lead them to destruction. Chunda and Munda goes into the battlefield, and as they go into the battlefield, they saw this beautiful Devi. Seeing this Devi, they says, Are Maya, our Lord wants you to be his Rani, his queen. And she says, listen, there's only one way I'm going with you. If you battle with me and you win this battle. Chunda and Munda, they begin to battle with the Devi. And what takes place with the sun? O Jagat Durga Devi, Jagat Durga Devi, Jai 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 Jagat Durga Devi, Jagat Durga Devi, Jagat Durga Devi, Jai 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 Jagat Durga Devi, O Jagat Durga Devi, Jagat Durga Devi, Jai Jai Jai, Jai 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 Jagat Durga Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba, O Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba Devi. The Devi, my dear friends, she released the Sudarshan Chakra. And as she released the Sudarshan Chakra, it takes off the head of Chunda and Munda. The news reaches to Rakta Beej, and Rakta Beej begins to send many different warriors. And as they are coming one after one, the Devi is destroying them. She is destroying his entire army, Shumma and Shumma. Everyone is being destroyed. And whilst they are being destroyed, the Devi sends one message. If Rakta Beej wants my hand in marriage, no problem. But he must come and battle with me. And if he becomes victorious, by all means, no problem. As all of the warriors are being destroyed, my dear friends and devotees, Rakta Beej, he appears on the battlefield. And as he appears on the battlefield, what takes place with his hand? O Jagat Devi, Jagat Devi, Jai 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 Jagat Devi, Jagat Devi, Jagat Devi, Jai Jai Jai, Jai 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 Jagat Devi, Jagadamba, O Jagadamba Devi, Jagadamba Devi, Jai 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 Jagadamba. Rakta Beej, my dear friends, as he goes to the battlefield, and the Devi takes his sword and she swipes, blood is coming out. And as the blood is oozing out, thousands of demons are being seen. And as the demons are coming and more the Devi is destroying, thousands upon thousands of demons are coming to the battlefield. The Devi, she becomes enraged. She begins to grow. And as the Devi is growing, my dear friends, her hair begins to grow very curly and beautiful. And whilst the Devi is growing huge, her ornaments, her jewelry, her clothing falls off of her body. And as the Devi takes a beautiful roop, she begins to dance. She is dancing in destruction, my dear friends, as she becomes enraged from that beautiful clear complexion. She begins to get dark in complexion, and she begins to dance the dance of destruction. हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर ले, हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर ले माता, पूजा कर ले माता, पूजा कर ले, हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर ले. काली के पूजन जगदम्बे माँ, काली के पूजन जगदम्बे माँ, ज्वालामुखी जगदम्बे माँ, ज्वालामुखी जगदम्बे. हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर, हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर ले माता, पूजा कर ले माता, पूजा कर ले. हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर, हमें भद्रकाली माता में पूजा कर ले. The Devi, my dear friends, she is dancing the dance of destruction. And while she is dancing with four beautiful arms, she is destroying the demons. She takes the very hands and she begins to create a skirt. She takes the heads and she begins to create a munda mala, a mala around her neck. And she's in destruction. My dear friends, this same Durga Devi, she becomes angry. When someone becomes angry, what happens to you? You begin to look red in color, isn't that so? Well, not me, eh? You begin to look red in color. Your skin begins to get hot. Isn't that so? Because you become enraged. The very cool and calm person that you were, you are no longer. Isn't that so? The Devi is standing for Dharma. She's in destructive mode. She's destroying, my dear friends. And whilst the Devi is destroying, the Devatas are becoming worried. Because the rate the Devi is destroying, she could destroy even the universe. That is how powerful that Divine Mother is. The Devatas, they surround the Divine Devi. They clasp their hands together and they begin to pray. They are praying to the Divine Mother, O Ma, Chama karo, Raksha karo, Shanti karo, Ma, Shanti karo. And they are praying to the Divine Mother. Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahakali Re, Jai Devi Mahakali Re. आदि शक्ति माँ जग की जननी रंचंदी महाकाली रे, आदि शक्ति माँ जग की जननी रंचंदी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे। काली मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा रात्रि स्वाहा सदा नमोस्तुते। जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली रे, जय देवी महाकाली। काली माँ देवी माँ शक्ति माँ अम्बा माँ, काली माँ शक्ति माँ देवी माँ अम्बा माँ, काली माँ शक्ति माँ देवी माँ अम्बा माँ, अम्बा माँ काली माँ अम्बा माँ काली माँ। ओम श्री चामुंडाय विचे नमः। बोले महाकाली माता की। The Devi takes the destructive form of Mahakali, the seventh avatar, the seventh roop, and the seventh form. And while she is in that destructive mode, the Devatas, they begin to pray. Because the Devi could destroy the entire universe. She's wondering how she is going to stop the bloodshed upon the earth. She cuts the calabash and she holds it in one of her hands. And as she takes off the final head of Rakta Beej, she holds it in one of her hands. Bhumi Prithvi Mata takes the form of Gau Mata and she appears there. Ma, please, I cannot bear the weight of the bloodshed upon the earth. And so the Devi holds the calabash, the very bowl, and the blood is dripping into the calabash. In one hand she holds his sword and she holds the trishul. She has a crescent moon upon her head. She is called Kali. Kal is time. She is the Devi of time. When you go before Kali Mata, we must know that there's a time and a place for everything. When we go before God to pray, we must be serious, my dear friends. There's no joke in prayers and puja. She holds the trishul. And as she holds the trishul has three sprangs, representing the past, present, and future. She holds the trishul. She's the holder of time. She holds the very sword in her hand to cut the ignorance, the Rakta Beej. The lust, the greed, the anger, the hatred, the abhiman, the pride. The Rakta Beej is what she cuts from each and every one of us. Within each and every one of us, there is Rakta Beej. In the form of lust, greed, anger, hatred, jealousy, pride. But when we pray to that Divine Mother, she cut and detached these things from us, my dear friends. The Devi holds the head of Rakta Beej and the blood in that bowl. To save the universe, my dear friends, Bhagwan Shankar, to save the universe, he goes before the Devi. While she is dancing the dance of destruction, and as Bhagwan Shankar goes before her, he is the only one who could stop her. Why? Who is Kali Mata? Durga Bhavani. Tu hi Kali, tu hi Durga. Tu hi Mata Parvati. The same Parvati Mata is Durga. The same Durga is Kali. Remember last night's Katha would have taught us one Devi, different forms and different groups, different time, for different purpose and different reasons. As Lord Shiva goes before her, she's destroying anything that comes before her. When you are angry, anybody come, just get bloated. Or you well know that one, because I see everybody head shake. Especially when the Dulahin angry. You know, they represent Shakti, the Devi. And when they are angry, you just stay in the room one side. And you wait till Shanti and then you go. Isn't that so? My dear friends, Bhagwan Shankar goes before the Devi. She throws him on the ground. And as she throws him on the ground, and she's about to put her foot upon him to bring destruction, the Devi, she recognizes, this is my Shiva. Tears begin to flow from her eyes. She begins to pray. Samay ekta Rajav bole Chal chal navakar Marurasa bole Om Jai Bhagwan Om Samay ekta Rajav bole Chal chal navakar Marurasa bole Om Namah Shivaya Om. She realizes this is my Shiva. The tongue comes out of the mouth. And there she is about to put her foot upon Shiva. But she recognizes this is my Shiva. He prays, Ma, Shanti Karo. Please bring back that peaceful form. You have already saved the universe. And as Lord Shiva places his hands like this, he brings Shanti and peace to that Devi. When the wife is angry, who is the only one who could calm her? But Jason, that look like working for you. I see how you what Sally. Jai Bhagwan. Maybe Bhagwan. Bhagwan is the only one. My dear friends, Bhagwan Shankar lies there, and as tears flows from the eyes of the Devi, she takes the roop of Durga, and she asks Lord Shiva for forgiveness. Har 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 Mahadev, Har Har Har. Ek baar. Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev. Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Mahadev, Har 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 Gangadhara Shiva Gangadhara Gauri Priya Shankara Shiva Gauri Priya Shankara Hara 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 Mahadev 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 Pure Surmabri Mahadev ki Devi Maya takes the root back of Durga Devi. She ascends to the Parvat, and as she goes to that very Parvat, the Devatas begin to offer gratitude to the Devi. They begin to worship the Divine Mother in the form of gratitude. We must always have the attitude of Jai Bhagwan. The attitude of gratitude. When we have the attitude of gratitude, my dear friends, we make our Devis and Devatas proud. When we get up in the morning, what's the first thing we're going to do? As Hindus, when we get up in the morning, the first thing we should do, Pratavi Devyainam, about the earth, Mother Earth. But the first thing we're going to do in the morning, oh God, you mean to say is Monday again? In the morning, we offer gratitude to Bhagwan. Thank Bhagwan for the gift of life. Thank Bhagwan tomorrow morning for another opportunity to make what seemed wrong today right tomorrow. Thank Bhagwan for the gift of life. Bare bhagya manushya tanu pava. The human birth is the greatest gift from God. Many people didn't make it this morning, and many people are fighting for their lives. We are well, we are okay. Maybe not in the best of health, but we are here. We are okay and we are fine. That is the greatest thing to thank God for. So when you get up in the morning, my dear friends, remember the attitude of gratitude. Thank Bhagwan for the gift of life. Tonight, as the Devatas offer gratitude to Devi and they worship that Divine Mother, we prepare ourselves also to worship Bhagavati Mata. But I remind you that when we go before the Devis and Devatas to pray, we must go with an honest heart. We must go before Bhagwan truthfully. We must go before Bhagwan with love in our heart, not hatred. We must go before Bhagwan with devotion, with faith, and with confidence. But to live a true life as a devotee of God and to make God proud, we must always live a honest and truthful life. Because honesty is the best. Or you forget that? Let us try it again. Honesty is the best. I will remind you of the Kahani, so you will always remember that. There once lived a woodcutter. And this woodcutter was very poor. His only means of living was cutting down trees. So one day he was cutting down a tree. And while he was cutting down this tree, his old rusty axe fell into the river. So the woodcutter, he didn't know what to do. He was in shock. So he fell in the ground and he started to cry. Remember, when you have a problem, you must go to God. So Bhagwan appeared from the river. He said, "Bet, why are you crying?" He said, "Bhagwan, when my axe fell into the river." So Bhagwan went into the river and he brought a golden axe. He said, "Bet, is that your axe?" He said, "No, Prabhu." Jai Bhagwan. We might have said yes. So Bhagwan went back in the river and he brought a silver axe. He said, "Beta, is this yours?" "No, Prabhu." Jai Bhagwan. Bhagwan was amazed to reach still have honest people. So Bhagwan went to the river and he brought the old rusty axe. He said, "Beta, is this yours?" He said, "Yes, Prabhu." So Bhagwan said, "Beta, for your honesty, take the gold axe, the silver axe, and the old rusty axe." So the woodcutter was very happy. So he returned home, he forgot about cutting tree and he gone home. So like any ordinary married man, you have any married men here? If your wife next to you, stay quiet. Jason, if you reach home with something extra, what's the first thing your wife does ask, Uncle Bill? Where, when, how, what, and? Oh, you well know. The Dulahin wanted to know where is river where God are paying and giving out acts. So the woodcutter is taking the Dulahin by the river. And while they're crossing the river, the Dulahin fall inside the river. Jai Bhagwan, remember the man castle? So he fall in the ground and he started to cry. So Bhagwan come, he said, "Bait, why you crying?" He said, "Bhagwan, my Dulahin fall in the river." So Bhagwan go in the river and he bring Pretty Zinta. He said, "Bait, that is your wife?" He said, "Yes, Prabhu." Bhagwan said, "Bait, but I thought you was an honest man." He said, "Bhagwan, if I tell you no, you go and bring Kajal come. And when I tell you that is not my wife, then you go say, Bait, you will go and bring my wife come. And when I tell you that is my wife, you will say, Bait, for your honesty, take all three." Bhagwan is a poor man and I could only mind one wife. Umapati Mahadeva ki. Honesty is the best. You see how you remember? Or you like these things? Honesty is the best policy, my dear friends. Bore Jagadamba Mata ki jai. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, this evening indeed we are very blessed and privileged. I know that I have reached late and I do apologize once more again. I had a very, very hectic day. Days in fact. But today was extra hectic. And I left home this morning about 3:30 a.m. and I ain't reached home as yet. But nevertheless, we are here to worship the Divine Mother. And this evening, I would like to, of course, take the opportunity to acknowledge in our midst Pandita Shanti. And I would like to give her the opportunity at this point in time to give us her blessing this evening.
Jai Sitaram, and I am extremely blessed to be in this mandir. Beautiful parashan, special Sitaram to Brother Shivanji, Taranji, and all special people of this mandir, especially Ashti, for inviting us here. You know, as Pandits, we had such a busy day. So today, I can understand your hurt. Today I had such a busy day and I was hustling. And when I was coming in, I told my auntie who is here with me, I said, "You would not believe I didn't have a meal for the day. All I ate was one lapsi and sahari. And then I didn't miss it because it is our duty. And Panditji, I commend you. No matter we reach late, but we're here for Mother's worship. So you are where you are supposed to be because of Mata Rani herself. So Panditji, thank you so much. I am enjoying your pravachan this evening. Beautiful music and beautiful people. Thank you so much, Sitaram.
Bodhi Sri Jagadamba Mata ki jai. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, this evening indeed, it is a wonderful evening, a beautiful evening indeed. I think I lost the paper I'm supposed to have here. Bear with me. This evening, indeed, we are very blessed and privileged as well to have joining with us the members of the Kutia out there in George Village in Tableland. It is one of the oldest mandirs. The mandir is 118 years old. And tonight I want to see the members. Anybody who are the members? And look at these young ladies, Jai Bhagwan. I'm sure they are just under 20. Jai Shri Ram. I remember, of course, passing in that area actually just today as well. And looking at the kutia And I always looked at it, and the structure of it is so unique. And not realizing, I knew it was old, but I didn't realize until this evening that it is 118 years old. I would like to ask you all to give the members here who are joining with us a lusty round of applause for the great work that they are doing to upkeep this kutia in Tableland. May Bhagwan, may Devi Mata richly bless you all. We do appreciate having you all join with us this evening, and may the Divine Mother richly bless each and every one of you. I know Pandit Madan is one of the Pandits there who performs puja, and of course, you all are in great hands. As you can see, his left hand is by you, but his right hand is here. Just remember that. This evening, my dear friends and devotees, I know Auntie Shamala has some family here as well, joining with us from abroad. And I would like to dedicate this beautiful Krishna bhajan to this wonderful family. And I invite all of you to join with me this evening in this bhajan, whilst Pandit Madan will lead us in Havan as we glorify the Divine Lord and Master of the universe. It is said as we join in Kali Katha, very equal to Kali Mata in Bhagavad Mahapuran is Bhagwan Shri Krishna. He is just as powerful as the Divine Mother. We glorify the Divine Lord through the medium of bhajan this evening. O dekho Bindravan mein kunj mein Sri nache Nand Kumar. Dekho Bindravan mein kunj mein Sri nache Nand Kumar. Nache Nand Kumar Kanaya, O nache Nand Kumar. नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया, ओ नाचे नंद कुमार. देखो वृंदावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार. पर सोहे गल के फूलन की हार. मोर मुकुट सिरहु पर सोहे गल के फूलन की हार. प्रेतांबर के प्रेतांबर जमे मुरली गर सुंदर. रे गोविंदावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार. वीणा तर मृदंगा भाचे बाजे भंग सितार. वीणा तर मृदंग बाजे बाजे भंग सितार. जन जन तन तन मोरा बरज में कर कंचर भंगार. देखो वृंदावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे. नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया, ओ नाचे नंद कुमार. नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया, ओ नाचे नंद कुमार. देखो वृंदावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार. देखो वृंदावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार. देखो वृंदावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार. बुरे श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. शरणम. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे. हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. With love, with devotion, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. With love, with devotion, we surrender to the feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. This evening, he is equal as Kali Mata. As we prepare ourselves for a new week ahead of us, as we prepare ourselves for a week of prosperity, we ask of Shri Krishna Bhagavan, if there's any hurdles, trials or tribulation in our path, O Bhagavan, may you remove them through the medium of chanting the Mahamantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Bol, 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 Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Rama Rama. Bole Krishna Bhagwan ki. Prabhu Chai, please stand as you join in the Purnamahuti. Om Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sarvam Me Purnagvam Shanti Swaha. We offer Achman. Om Papaham Papa Karamaham Papa Atma Sambhava Trahimam Pundarikaksha Sarva Papa Haro. Hari, we find the fire. Banaspati Rasura Bhutoyo Gandu Tamaha Agrahana Sarvarivanam Dupam Samarpayami. That is all take blessing. Ojasi Mohidehi Banamasi Mohidehi Dupam Darshayami. Bode Jagaramme Mata ki. We join the offering of our 3 coconuts this evening. As I invite our Srotas to come before the very Murti of Devi Ma, we take the first coconut that is offered to Mahavir Swami Lord Hanumanji, as we ask of Hanuman Baba to guide you, your home, your family, and to fulfill your heart's desire. Let us all pray. As we pray to Hanumanji, for the Hanuman Chalisa says, Bhuta Pisach Nikat nahi aave, Mahavir jab naam sunave. The one who chants the name of Hanumanji with love and devotion, all evil, all negativity is removed. Na sai rog hare sab pira japata nirantar Hanumata Veera. The one who chants the name of Hanumanji, all sickness, all diseases are removed. So great is the name of Hanumanji. We ask of Hanuman Baba to touch all those lying on the hospital beds, to touch those who are affected by whatever sickness or evil. Bhagwan, may you give us strength physically, mentally, and spiritually. Om Lal Deh Lali Lase Arudhari Rad Langur Badr Deh Lana Varalang जय 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 कपिसूर यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनम तत्र तत्र कीर्तमस्सु कंचनम वस्परि परिपूर्णालोचनम मारुति नित्यम रक्षा संकर्षम। ओम बोले पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय 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 राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो पवन पुत्र हनुमान की। We pray to Kal Bhairav Baba. As we hold his sagan coconut, we pray to the eighth Rudra of Lord Shiva, who is Kal Bhairav, who is that Lord who bestows the blessing of justice and protection upon the devotees of the Divine Mother. Devi Bhagavatam says, Devi Puja is never completed until Kal Bhairav Baba receives an offering. And so today we surrender to the feet of Kal Bhairav. Om Hrim Batukaya Apadvaranaya Kuru Kuru Batukaya Hrim Om Namah Shivaya Om Chausat Yogini Bhavan Sivir Bahasta Se Bhairav Hring Shing Durga Kavach Devtai Namo Namam। Bole Kal Bhairav Baba ki, Bole Kal Bhairav Baba ki। मेरो भैरव बाबा काली माता लाल कहाई। मेरो भैरव बाबा काली माता लाल कहाई रे, काली माता लाल कहाई रे काली माता लाल कहाई रे। मेरो भैरव बाबा काली माता लाल कहाई रे। At this time, we take the third coconut as we pray to the Divine Mother in form of Mahakali Mata. O Devi, may you accept this offering. May you guide us and may you protect us from time to time from all negative energy, O Ma. May you bless us with positivity, with longevity, with good health, with strength. And of course, Ma, may you continue to lead us on the path of Dharma, the path of righteousness. Om Dum 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 Durga Dum 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 Durga Om Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhuta Praharani Jai Sarva Gati Devi Kal Ratri Namostute Maru Kahetava Drava Devi Varatri Varade Nama Rupam Dehi Jayangadehi Yashodahi Dvashodahi Na Tatru Na Mata Na Buddhi Na Data Na Putro Na Putri Na Vritto Na Vrata Na Jaya Na Vidya Na Vritto Mama Gisa Giswam Swam Devami Yati Swam Bhavami Yati Swam Bhavami Om Bhadrakali Namo Nityam Sarve Shakti Sarupani Narayani Namostute Om Kali Kankari Mahakali Mahadevi Moksundarji Mahashakti Parameshwari सवे चक्षुदेवा श्रोतागृहाणा प्राणहयं सुखं शिरं सुखं स्वाहा ॐ महाकाल्यै नमः। बोले दुर्गा माता की, काली माता की जय दुर्गे जय जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जगदम्बे दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय जगदम्बा शेरावाली माँ। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गा रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्ते 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गा रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्ते 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 नमो नमः। जय दुर्गे जय जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जगदम्बे दुर्गा काली माँ जय जय जगदम्बा शेरावाली माँ। बोले जगदम्बा माता की, दुर्गा माता की। My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, those who wish to come forward to offer your arti, to offer your puja, to offer your worship, you can do so at this point in time, while our stotas will lead us in arti this evening to the lotus-like feet of Devi Ma. Om मैया सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया। सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया। पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल पान सुपारी ध्वजा नारियल रे तेरे भीत चराया रे तेरे भीत चराया। सुनो मोरी देवी पर्वत वासिनी तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया। सुहा चोरा तेरे अंग विराजे सुहा चोरा तेरे अंग विराजे केसरी तिलक लगाया केसरी तिलक लगाया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा हाथ जोड़ा तेरे द्वारे परे मंगल की सेवा सुनो। बोले जगदम्बे माता की। ब्रह्मा वीर परे तिरुद्वारे ब्रह्मा वीर परे तिरुद्वारे शंकर ध्यान लगाया शंकर ध्यान लगाया। मंगल की सेवा सुनो मोरी देवा हाथ जोड़ा तिरुद्वारे परे मंगल की सेवा सुनो। कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मध्य कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मध्य कलियुग राज सभाया कलियुग राज सभाया। देवी भवानी काली माँ अम्बे भवानी शक्ति माँ देवी भवानी दुर्गा माँ। धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती, धूप दीप नैवेद्य आरती, मोहन भोग लगाया, मोहन भोग लगाया। अम्बे भवानी शक्ति माँ, दुर्गा भवानी काली माँ, गंगा भवानी कचेरी माँ। धन्यो भगत में तेरे गुण गावे, धन्यो भगत में तेरे गुण गावे। मन वांछित फल पाया, मन वांछित फल पाया। काली भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी शक्ति माँ, गंगा भवानी कचेरी माँ। बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे। कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये, कलियुग द्वापर त्रेता मध्ये, कलियुग राजसभाया, कलियुग राजसभाया। बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो देवी, ओ बोलो देवी भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे माँ, बोलो दुर्गा भवानी अम्बे। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे। बाबा की दाम पर गंगा की धार, पर गंगा की धार, बाबा की दाम पर गंगा की धार, पर गंगा की धार। सबके रतवा बाबा दुआ, सबके रतवा बाबा दुआ। बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा करे, बम बोले हरे मोर मन कामना पूरा। ओ जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी। जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जो, अरे देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी। जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी, देखो तुम्हारा शिव जोगी। मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं चरारणं, यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तरस्मि। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियेण वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिं स्वभावतं करोमि यज्ञ सकलं परस्मै। Narayanite samarapayami. Together. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva 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 vidya tvameva sarvam tvameva sarvam. Hari Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. बोले गणेश भगवान की, उमापति महादेव की, आज शक्ति काली माता की, बोले नव दुर्गा माता की, काल भैरव बाबा की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम. You may have your respectful seats. My dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, Arti, Parsad, Panchamrit to come your way. Bhojan is prepared for each and every one of you. My dear friends and devotees, here's an invitation to join with us on Wednesday morning for Visarjan. Our procession leaves the mandir at 9 a.m. on Wednesday morning. Feel free to walk with your sindoor, saffron, coconut, your prasad, your milk, your dhar, Devi dhar to offer and to receive the blessings of Devi Mata. Jai Durga Ma.